I wanted, there's no way I wanted you to leave without at least $1,000. I felt that that was more in line with what I felt, with your effort, what would compensate you nicely. So I figured out we thought about moving most of our furniture out and putting it on the sides, and that would be seating. And then we just made rows of chairs, and we guesstimated. And we guesstimated, that we could fit 60 seats with kind of like an in-home theater. And then we thought, well, let's start with $20 a seat. And what we did was, and I highly recommend, 3 of us hosted. It was at my house, but I had 2 close friends, so each of us got to invite 20 people, which was real easy. And we had them prepay because we know that people say, oh yeah, I'm coming, save me a seat, $20, no problem. And then something comes up, and then there you have a seat, and nobody's sitting in it, and they didn't pay.
Right.
And they had nothing to lose.
Right.
So we had people prepay, and everybody who prepaid came except one couple. And later on, I said, well, you supported the arts. And then she said, absolutely. And she felt great about it. That something happened, they weren't able to come. So
how did you have them prepay? Did they put a check in the mail?
Okay, what we did was we didn't do Evite. None of us liked Evite. We did personal invitations. And we said, sometimes we each sent to our personal friends, and they would email back, yes, save me a seat. And I'd say, I'll save you a seat but only for a few days. I need to get $20 from you, and here's my address. So we were really insistent. Everybody paid ahead. And let's see. So what we did, the three hosts, we brought just finger food. And another really good decision I think we made is that we did not have food until the break, until in the middle of the show. And that way we didn't have to have little tables everywhere.
Right.
And we didn't have to deal with that. And we thought it's a nice break. People can then mingle and have a little snack, and then we had the second half of the show.
Now, when you say you invited people by personal invitation, does that mean you called them up?
We called a lot of people up, and we emailed a little, we called a little, and then when we ran into people. And then actually, the week before, it turned out we kind of examined what we had, and it turned out we had 6 seats available because, people canceled or whatever. And so I thought about who do I know who's passionate about poetry, who do I know who's passionate about the cello, which expresses itself like a human voice that is just, if you love the cello or not. And so I thought, so that popped in my head, several people who I don't see very often, but I know so I called them. And immediately, oh, thank you, I'm so glad you thought of me, yes, and one of them drove to my house and gave me money for 2 seats. Another one, the next day in the mail, I got her seat money. So, but having 3 hosts, it was really, we all met a couple days before. We all brought chairs, fold-out chairs and different kinds of chairs. And so it just made everything, it was really not stressful.